My hair started to recede, and I only noticed this literally 2 months ago. And then the question was, well, do I do something about it or not? And the work that I do and have done all of my life is on television. So, it's important to look as good as you can. So my thinking was then, being stationed in Bangkok, where do I go to get a good hair treatment or hair transplant? And it was then a matter of finding the right doctor, someone who could really do it properly. So finding the right doctor was important. I went to Bumrungrad Hospital, which is the most famous private hospital here, certainly the very best hospital here. So I made contact with them and I found out the very best name in hair transplant surgery there, who was Dr. Path. And then I learned that he had his own clinic as well as Bumrungrad, which was DHT. So I went to see him and we talked for 15 minutes and he drew lines all over my face like I was a canvas. And he was looking at the symmetry or asymmetry of my face versus my hair. He used laser, he used various techniques to see what was happening to my hair, and then drew my hairline. And then 2 days later, I was in surgery and he made the drawings become real. The first thing that I noticed was the capacity of English. For me, it was very important. I was able to communicate not only to the doctor, but also to the nurses. And they have a large staff. It is very personal. They are genuinely very nice. And most importantly, the nurses are very experienced. One started out working with Dr. Path, who's been here for 28 years. I think another one has been here for 26 years. None of them are kids. They're all very professional. And they know what they're doing, but they make you feel great and they look after you. But medically is of course what it's about. So you've got the very best surgeon, then you've got a whole support team who are going to do the job. I had no idea of the sophistication involved, and they blindfold you. The only reason they blindfold you sounds awful, doesn't it? The only reason that they blindfold you is that there are big lights which are over your head, which would be, blinding if you were looking up at these instruments doing things to the front of your head. But when they took the blindfolds off after the first part of the surgery, I noticed that there were, I think, 5 microscopes and 5 medical technicians, and they were looking into the microscopes. And what they had done, they had taken little parts of the back of my scalp, and they were carving it all up and taking away the hairs and the roots, and they were preparing them bit by bit, follicle by follicle, for transplant across here. And I thought it was the most amazing thing. So there were like 9 people in the room, and an hour had passed maybe, and then you get your first cup of coffee and the tuna sandwich, and it tasted good.